Whew, that sun is bright. Well, hello friends, Coach Bob with you. And today, if you're thinking we're looking at something different, it's because we're looking at something different, man. I am on my way to the DMV to take care. Look at this dude. Having a hard time staying in the lane. He's looking into that bright sun too. He can't see me, I know that for a fact. That sun is something else this morning going the other direction. I saw everyone driving facing me. They had their hand up in front of their face, so you know that if you're going in that direction, they can't see you. But anyway, one of the things that you have to do when you buy a motorcycle is you got to tag that bad boy. Well, I bought the motorcycle out of state, and you know, with all the lockdown stuff, I was told you're not going to have to go to the tag office. They're going to just send you the tag. They were wrong. So I do have to go to the tag office. They did send a check to the tag office. Will it cover the cost of the taxes and the tag? I may have to write a check for a difference if I do owe a little more. I'll have a breakdown of all of that too, by the way, once we get, I'll bring it up on the screen once I pay all that. It was 34 when I left the house, and it's gotten colder. It's 32 right now, and I couldn't take the short route. The short route would be through across the interstate, and the interstate which would be wonderful, but I'm still in the break-in period, and I really don't want to thrash this thing. I haven't been doing 75-80 miles an hour, and if I get out there at 8 o'clock in the morning, and that's another thing, I had to have an appointment, so I couldn't just come up here whenever it warmed up. I had to come up here when they told me to come up here. So 8:30 in the morning appointment, which meant rush hour traffic, which meant don't get on the interstate because you will get seriously killed, which meant don't go through town because it's nuts. It's even more nuts doing that. Yes, it's definitely more nuts going through town. So what I did, I had to go all the way around town on these back roads, which made a 20-minute trip. Now, I left my house a half hour ago. I'm not there yet. But it made it said it was a 16-minute trip if I would have taken the interstate. So it's going to be over twice as far this way, but it's been a beautiful ride. But I'm going to tell you, the hands are cold. I've even got on my winter gloves, my Cortech gauntlet style gloves, and my fingertips are completely numb. It is a beautiful day though. I can complain all I want. I think most of us are prone to complain about the cold, but if I'd have had my druthers, it would be warmer, but I can certainly handle this. You can see the ice on top of the buildings there. Yes. Brr. The old nose is dripping a little bit. Also, if you ever question if a pin lock helmet works, don't question it. This thing has been rock solid. I'm wearing my AGV K3 with the sun shield in it. I don't have the sun shield down, but I put the pin lock on here recently, and I got a video about all that and how I set this helmet up. That'll be coming out here on a Wednesday very soon, if not tomorrow. But that pin lock works, man. Before I put the pin lock on here, this shield fogged up even when it wasn't cold. And I've ridden this morning. I've stopped at several red lights for prolonged periods of time as I was getting further north of town. There's a little area that gets kind of busy. I didn't want to run the camera and be distracted through those areas, obviously. But that pin lock, man, it is rock solid. I mean, that thing does not fog up at all. That's awesome. This is the busiest part of my trip. This is North Monroe Street for those familiar with the Tallahassee area. Heading up to Fred George Road. I cannot feel my fingers at all. When I turned the camera on, I just had to wait for the beep. I couldn't tell if my finger was touching the button or not. So I was moving it around trying to get the camera to come on. Yep, I think this is probably the first time in my life I won't be in a hurry to leave the tag office. In fact, sitting at this red light feels pretty good. I feel the tingling in my fingers starting to come back a little bit. All right, I know I have fingers past my knuckle, I just can't feel them. Yep, but I know they're there. They were there when I left the house anyway. So it's not too much further. I'll be getting off of this thing and warming up a little bit. Then on the way home, who knows, I may even grab me a cup of coffee. I don't know if you can see the clock on here. It is inaccurate. It's 25 minutes off. So I'm having to do math to make sure I get places on time, as opposed to going through the manual and taking 30 seconds and setting the clock. Why would I do something so simple when I could do it the hard way? You ever do that? I don't know. Maybe I'm the only one. Just understand, taxes and tags, they're a part of it, man. They are just a part of it. There ain't no getting around it. I sound like a poet, don't I? There ain't no getting around it. It's my Georgia upbringing. Man, I didn't realize it was this far in. Bob hopes he's going the right way. I don't come around this part of the town too much. I looked at where it was last night. Oh, don't do it, dude. These guys make me nervous when they keep inching out like that. Daggum. Like I said, it's further than I thought. The sun, as this road kind of arcs around, you are looking dead in it, boy. Woo! And that slows folks up too. I'd rather them go slow than kill me, though. I'll tell you that. Which the sun's really not a burden for me. It's probably worse on the camera than it is for me. I kind of glance down, and the thick part of my face, above my face shield, works as a little visor almost to my big old head. I'm glad I left with plenty of time. I mean, I left 45 minutes before I had to be here, and it is going to take me darn near 40 minutes to get here. I certainly didn't expect it to take that long. I figured I'd be here 10-15 minutes early. But my father used to always say, allow room for error, leave early, and that's what I do. I was the guy that was always to work early. All the other employees hated, made them look bad, because they were all dashing around at the last minute, showing up with the, you know, the toothbrush hanging out of their pocket. This is us. There's a Starbucks right there. I'm sure with the coof, though, I can't go inside. Risk me getting nobody sick, I reckon. This is the place. Tax collector. I guess if you get stressed out, you can go to Ace Massage right there by the tax collector's office and get a massage. All right, walk up here and get this thing done. Morning. Well, the trip to the DMV was a complete success. However, I didn't get to do any video work inside there. My Hero 7, for whatever reason, I put a full battery in last night, and it's weird. Sometimes it does that. Sometimes it seems the camera, even with it powered off, will drain the battery. You'd think I would have learned that lesson a long time ago and just not put the battery in the camera till the next day, but made the mistake of that. I think it's 35 now, so it's warmed up 3 degrees. Had a guy asking me how far a road to get in here. I was telling him, he told me I was crazy. He said, it's gonna be a long, cold ride home, brother. And I said, well, maybe so. Just can't stress too much about these things. Feel that wind on my neck, though, I'll tell you, I do. And it is cold. Okay, well, so the damage on this thing, just to give you an idea, the dealership had estimated my taxes, and that's what they do. They estimate what you owe. So when you get to the DMV, you may or may not. Now notice there's some glass in the middle of that intersection. I'm gonna be going left of that. Always be looking for that stuff. You pick that stuff up in a tire, man, you'll be on the ground pretty quick. The idea that they send an estimated amount, and that's what the DMV gets. So you may end up having to pay some when you get here. The idea with the dealer is they told me it is just an estimate, but they overpaid. Now it would make sense that the DMV would give me my money back. You would think that would make sense, but that's not how they do it. So I bought the motorcycle in Georgia. That they fill out the paperwork. I give them the money, and then they, likewise, they send the money to the DMV, and then the DMV takes the money, and then they tell me I overpay, and then they send the money back to the dealer, and then the dealer will send me my refund. I just don't get it. It'd be nice if they just send me the check and let me go do it. And then if there's an overpayment, I just put that money in my pocket. Oh, this dude right here, man, poor guy. You know, I used to, man, I hate seeing people get tickets on their way to work. I really do. I understand with all of us that we're gonna get tickets here and there. That's just part of it. But you just hate to see a guy get up, go to work. He's working hard. He's trying to make a living, put food on his table, and you know, and his entire day's work is going to go to a speeding ticket. I know that sounds like I'm a baby. I just hate to see guys in a hurry to go to work, and you know, if they're driving recklessly and crazy, yeah, that guy might deserve it, but just for maybe 5, 6 over, whatever. And this is one of those roads, man, if you speed on this road, they will get you. So all the dollars and cents, did it come out exactly? It means I paid $100 less for the motorcycle than I originally thought. So every now and then the news is good. The people at the DMV were really, really nice. And I think that right up there, you see that white vehicle, I think that is law enforcement getting ready to write somebody else a ticket. It ain't gonna be old Bobster. Yeah, things start to open up out here, and it's easy to go. You know, there's nothing out here, and folks will all of a sudden find themselves up at 60 miles an hour, and the speed limit, you know, up to there is 45. And I don't, and it's let's see what it is. It's 45 way out here. There's absolutely nothing out here. There's no reason for it not to be 55, but you know, people think it's 55 and they'll get on this road and they get to cracking down. They'll do 60. Oh, I can do 5 over. And all of a sudden they realize they're not doing 5 over. They're doing 15 over. You know, a guy going to work can ruin your whole day. It's going to be cold. So there you go. Another $100 saved. Just remember, when you're dealing with the DMV and that stuff, it can go either way, and hopefully your DMV is as easy to deal with as mine. I made an online appointment, took care of all that. When I got there, I did not wait 2 minutes. The lady was polite, businesslike, it was quick, in and out, and there it was. Oh, one other thing. Because it was a new motorcycle, although in the letter they told me that they had to do a VIN check, but because it was a new motorcycle, they did not have to check the VIN. I didn't have to ride it. Oh, it was a beautiful ride anyway. All right. Well, I'd say that pretty much sums it up. Make sure you pay your taxes and get your tag and all that jazz. And until next time, I want you to do me a favor. Go out, buy the motorcycle of your dreams, eat right, take care of yourself, and remember, if you're not having fun, you're doing it wrong. Now you go seize the day, and we will talk to you soon.